All right, let's see how that worked. Looks like we might be streaming on YouTube. Happy Friday if you hear the sound of my voice, YouTube. How is everybody? Oh, looks good, looks good. Excellent connection. Love to see that. All right, how about Facebook? Are you here, Facebook? Happy Friday. Yeah, looks like Facebook is here. All right, I'll give you guys a minute to find me. We're wrapping up our annual catalog, sampler, and sketch series. So if you can hear the sound of my voice, say hello, let me know where you're from. Are you excited about shortcut card sketch number 18? I'm looking for me on another device, and happy Friday. I am so glad it's Friday. What a week, you guys. What a week. All right, if I could just find myself, that would be good. I'm trying to find myself. Did you guys find me yet? Let's see. Can't find myself. It's loading slow. Ah, there's Jan. Hi, Jan. You guys, just so you know, Jan just waved at me from across the table, too. Hey, Mary Jo. Stacy's here. Mary Jo says, watching from New York. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Esmeralda. Happy Friday. Wow, 18. Says Margaret from Bloomington, Illinois. Hey, Margaret. Mimi's here. Hey. All right, so this is shortcut card sketch number 18. I'm still looking for me on another device. I think I found myself on Facebook. Good. I like to have that backup second device just to see if I can see more comments that way. This is my favorite part. I like interacting with you guys. You guys are more fun than recording a video and posting it. But I do those too. We will have a clean video of this project for you a little bit later today. It's already up there. I still have to read the project sheet and get it like final edited, and then we'll have it for you. The replay of this one will be available right away after we're done live, or you can just join us for the pre-recorded one where we just get to the crafting and do it. Oh, look at that. I found myself live on YouTube also. All right, good stuff. So I did a lot of housekeeping in yesterday's Stampin' Stick card class. So first of all, check out yesterday's Stampin' Stick card class because it was awesome. It was our Stampin' Stick card class number 2. We did the sweet jars, and it was just a whole lot of fun crafting with you guys. I'm loving the new format and hoping that you guys like it too. Check out the Stampin' Stick card class replay and let me know how you feel about the class, okay? How do you guys like it? Because we've got a few more planned, and we're going to do Stampin' Stick card class at least throughout the year, and at least once a month is our thought. All right, so go check that out, yesterday's replay, or check out the blog. You can get to the replay from kitchentablestamper.com. Just don't do that now because we're going to make this amazing card. Is that beautiful? We're using almost the entire Beautiful Gallery suite today, and this is shortcut card sketch number 18. So this one's brand new. We're releasing that to the blog today. If you're paper sampler people, then you already have had access to this sketch for a while, and if you've made any cards, because you got the PDF, some of you got laminated sketches like I have here. You can collect the laminated ones with our paper samplers, and if you've made any shortcut card sketch number 18, 16 or 17, or 1, I don't care which shortcut card sketches you're using, come share in the Craft Social. Craft Social is our place to share and encourage each other using Stampin' Up! Products, being sure that we don't promote ourselves any other Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, any other stamping company. Don't link away from the Craft Social. It's a place to stay and play, and trust me, you'll want to stay and play. We have an amazing community, and we ask you not to buy, sell, trade. If you can abide those simple rules, come be part of our community and share what you make with the shortcut card sketches and your Stampin' Up! Supplies. Let us cheer you on in your crafting and ooh and ah, and also inspire you with great ideas. The link to the Craft Social is in the description below, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. The Craft Social is our little corner of Facebook. It's our group, and it is a really amazing place with amazing people. All right, so I'm going to do a really quick recap of our shortcut card sketch annual catalog sketch series. Okay, so we did shortcut card sketch 16, 17, and 18. We did shortcut card sketch special edition 16 twice because we had a little hiccup on the day that I did the first one. So on the day that I did the first one, which was this shortcut card sketch 16, oh boy, that was the day I deleted my whole business. So we did not do a live of this one, but it is there on YouTube in that pre-recorded video that I mentioned. You can check that out, shortcut card sketch number 16. We also did a really cute pear version for the blog, and I can't find the pear cards. I wonder if I sent it out to somebody, but the pear card is missing. I still linked it below for you to see it. And then if you're card club members, we use the shortcut card sketches, the public ones, as well as a full nother set of private ones. We use those in Card Club too. So you're going to see inspiration for these in Card Club as well. So that was 16. And if you're new to Kitchen Table Stamper, the shortcut card sketches are available on the blog. Go ahead and grab them off the blog. You have to collect them. You have to go and find shortcut card sketch 16 and collect it, shortcut card sketch 17 and collect it, shortcut card sketch 1 and collect it. We do offer them all compiled in a PDF for a small fee if you want to purchase them. And when we do the PDF, when you purchase the PDF, we also have a great little cover graphic that you can print for your binder and then put them in the binder if you want to. So the nice part about the blog though is on the right hand side you can search or do the category drop down menu, and you can pick any of the shortcut card sketches. For instance, shortcut card sketch number 6, and you will see all the cards that I have tagged shortcut card sketch number 6. All right, so you can check that out with some inspiration there on the blog. Grab the PDF if you like it. It's a great way. For $4.99, you can support the work that I do. If you don't have Stampin' Up! Orders for me maybe, but you want to support us, grab that PDF. All right, then shortcut card sketch number 17. We did Hope You Feel Better Soon. And I got really excited about myself because I did a really cute inside. You're not alone. All of the cards I'm showing you, plus the pear one I lost, are linked in the description below. If you joined us for our paper sampler, at any level, we have 3 levels when we do paper samplers. Just the paper, where you get just the paper. We have the PDF level, where you get the paper, the embellishments, the PDF sketches. And then we have the concierge level, where you get the paper, the embellishments, the PDF sketches, and the laminated sketches for the new sketches we're introducing. All right, so any level. If you got paper from us, this was your thank you card. You might notice now, or maybe you noticed when you looked at your sketches, this is also shortcut card sketch number 18. All right, and today we're gonna do this one. All right, so there you go. I will have a What's Shakin' Bacon shortcut card sketch number 18 video, I hope. It might be a TikTok exclusive. So we'll see what I get around to doing for that video. But yeah, if you were part of the paper sampler, you got one for reals, like a real ones in your packet. And that brings us to the idea of packets. When we send anything to you, we try to make sure that you get a beautiful handmade thank you card. We're trying to like practice what we preach, right? We want you to make and send cards, so we try to do that too. Quick update on shipping. We are sorting the rest of the two-tone cardstock today. It will go out as soon as possible. We're thinking that Monday will be our shipping day. We'll see where that lands. We're working this afternoon. And the Stampin' Stick card classes, Sweet Jar and Jar of Joy packets. If you got both, they're gonna ship together. And we're just finishing the thank you cards for those. Those should ship out early next week also. Maybe midweek. We'll see how it all goes down. But that's our shipping updates. And then our last little update before we get started stamping is we have a new paper sampler. We're taking registrations through Monday. We've got the online exclusive sampler. So if you are going to join us for the next round, in the next round you're going to get shortcut card sketches 19 and 20. So there's a little peek at 19 and 20. Same deal, just the paper is just the paper. This is what you'll get if you are doing just the paper. You'll get a sample of each of the new online exclusive papers. And if you want me to see me go through these a little bit more in detail, yesterday's replay will show you each one in detail. So we got the spooky Halloween and the need for tweed, the charming floral, I think it is, floral charm, maybe, weekend adventures. You get 1 6x12 piece of every pattern in just the paper, plus an assortment of the die cuts from the Halloween. If you join us for the PDF level or the concierge level, then you'll get the embellishments that we're going to use in the sketch series. So like this time from the annual one, we used the beige ribbon and the strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems. So you got those with your sampler. So this time, and this one, if you want to join us, it'll be the charming shimmer faceted dots and iridescent ribbon included in that. And then if you join us at the PDF level, you get 1 through 20 PDF. If you join us at the concierge level, you get 1 through 20 PDF. All that you see here, plus your 2 new sketches laminated for you. All right, so that's what's going on. If you need those links, email me, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. They went out to our email subscribers, so if you are on our email list, you'll want to open up your email and grab those links from there. And while I'm doing while I'm doing housekeeping, I'm gonna cut 2 pieces of basic beige ribbon in half hot dog wise. So this one's about 4 inches. This one's maybe, I don't know, 12. Let's see. Well, that's 11. So not even. I'm not gonna have a big enough bow, I don't think, with this piece. I think I want at least 11 inches or so, because look at how long my loops and tails are. Let me get myself a new piece and I'm gonna cut it in half. But they also have what's going on. We are doing an email cleanup. We do this once in a while. We haven't done it in a couple of years. So it's definitely time. We have thousands of people on our email list, and we have a few hundred that aren't opening emails in the last 90 days. All right. So if you are on our email list, we sent out an email yesterday and it says cleaning up and more that you should know, or something like that. The subject of that email, email cleanup and more things you should know, something like that, yesterday. So if you do not want to be deleted from our email list, open that email. Now, here's the thing. If you've opened any email in the last 90 days, you're not going to be removed. You're all good. You're set. But if you have not opened an email in a while, find that one and open it up. That'll make double certain that you don't get removed from our email list. We are going to do a email cleanup on Friday, because we're pretty busy getting shipping and stuff out this week. But by the end, or next week, but by the end of next week, we want to be cleaning up our email list. We pay for every email we send, regardless of if it's opened or not. And so maintaining thousands of people on a mailing list gets pretty expensive. And there's, like I said, a few hundred that haven't opened anything in 90 days. So we want to clean up, but we don't want to clean up without giving everybody the opportunity to just open the email and keep getting the content delivered. Let's go ahead and tie this in a really nice loopy bow. I want a little extra because this card is a little extra, don't you think? How do you like today's card? Are you guys excited to do this one with me? I'm not going for really shaggy on this ribbon, but I'm pulling the fibers off, the loose fibers, and letting it shred just a little bit. I probably would shred it just a little bit more if I wasn't ready to stamp and color, but I'm going to get to stamping and coloring. You tell me what you guys think about this one. It's definitely got a little bit elegant style. We've had some playful ones like the notes and totes where you can put the money in the tote. We've had some cute ones like healing and hugs with that little dog under the quilt. And now we've got a really elegant one, and I'm hoping that you guys like the variety. Which one is your favorite of the series? That's the next thing I want to ask you. Did you like the pears? Did you like the hearts and hugs? No, hearts and hugs is the mouse. The healing and hugs. Did you like the piggy card that came in your packet best? Is this one your favorite? Which one's your favorite? All right, we've got our big loopy double beige bow and then 2 pieces that are about 4 inches. We've cut one piece that was about 4 inches in half. All right, let's take a look at our sketch and get our pieces, and then we'll stamp and color off our flowers. Oh, look at that. I love you. Is that Anna or Elena? That's Anna or Elena. I don't know who's doing that, but thank you for putting those links in there. You guys, there's links for the sketch series that we're taking registration for, and the links to get the PDF of all the sketches being dropped into the comments. All right, so level A, we've got 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I've got basic beige. And then level B, we've got 4 by 5 1/4, and I've got another basic beige. We're gonna put a little texture on that. Then for C is 3 by 4.5, and that's that designer series paper of the Beautiful Gallery, I think it is, from the Beautiful Gallery suite. And we're gonna add a little torn edge here. Now, it shows it in the sketch. That doesn't mean you have to. You don't have to tear the edge if you don't want to. I corrugated my 3 by 4.5 for what's shaken bacon. So it's always a suggestion on these sketches, and you should do go where art takes you, okay? And so I'm gonna go with the torn edge, and I'm gonna start about maybe 3/4 of an inch with the side that I want up, about 3/4 of an inch from the right, and then I'm gonna tear away from myself with my right hand. So I'll hold in my left, I'll tear away from myself with my right hand, and what that does is it gives you an edge on the piece that you're gonna use that's finished. It gives you an edge on the piece that you're not gonna use that has that white exposed. Now, for some designs, having that white exposed is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be whimsical, it's gonna be rustic. So you might want that. If you want that, then you start in the same place with the pattern that you want up, and you tear toward you instead of away from you. Good? All right, so there's our level C all torn up. And then D is any shape of your choice. I love this one, you guys. This is from my favorite Tags to Go die set. And it's a 2-part tag. It's got a perforated edge there, and so you can tear off the perforation, or you can leave on the perforation. You can stamp your sentiment and put a little die cut or embellishment. You could put a little stamped stuff here and a small sentiment there. You can take them apart and use the tag like we're going to, but you can also save this little guy here, because, here, let's do this. If you wanted to stamp a little something on this with its little perforated edge and then put it off the edge of a layer, it'd be very cute. So both parts are useful, either together or apart. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. You might see it in another design, but we're gonna stick with that. And then this is, just in case you haven't seen it, but of course you've seen it if you're hanging out with me, because I'm using it on everything. This is Tags to Go. It's got a couple of great tags, hearts, keys, locks, really funky die set. This is the kind of stuff that I like give Stampin' Up! A standing ovation for coming up with, because it's somebody like me who's been stamping for, I don't know, since I started stamping in 97, I think. So I've seen it all, but then this came out with its 2-part tag and its locks and keys. So this is the one that I can't put down right now. Let's go ahead and get some white cardstock and stamp our flower. I'm going to show you how I colored this up. It's super simple. I'm going to emboss that next. Okay. Normally I'd glue all this together, but I don't know. I'm feeling like coloring. So let's do that first. Need a Stampin' Pierce Matte, and Memento Tuxedo Black ink. We're going to ink up this stamp. Now, I like to, with a big stamp, put the stamp face up and then bring the ink pad too. And when you've got it on a light surface, you can really see how much ink coverage you got. which is really nice. And this gives a flat surface, gets approached with a flat ink pad. What that means is that you're not going to get the ink around the edge of the block. You're not going to get the halo ink around the edge of the stamp. If this feels unusual to you because you're more used to this, then go ahead with that. Because again, you're bringing a flat stamp to a flat ink pad. What I recommend you avoid is what I call the symbol monkey. You don't want to do any of this, because then this or this or this or this, you know, if you come at this with an angle, or if you hold this at an angle, then you've got ink around the edge of your stamp. That's where you're getting that halo from. You got ink on the edges of your block. That's where you're getting messy fingers. So this is how I recommend inking up a big stamp. And I thought that was definitely worth talking about here, especially on this one, because you can then see that the stamp is inked very well and it's nice and clean. We can stamp that. How are you guys doing? Hi, Melanie. I'm glad you're here. Patty says, it looks like you have not missed your card creation. Oh, I know. I've been doing a lot of boxes. We've got so much going on. So much going on. We've got a bunch of cards right now with the Stampin' Stick card class being released. And we've got 2 sampler series right now. We're registering for the online exclusive, the mini online exclusive. And today is our last project in the annual catalog sampler and sketch series. My goodness, where are my words? They come to me slow these days, you guys. All right, let's let this dry for a second and emboss our layer. I've got that damask embossing folder from the Beautiful Gallery suite. We're using everything except the embellishments, I think, from that suite. Both bundles, the embossing folder, the ribbon. The only thing we got shaken up a little bit outside the box is the embellishments this time. All right, so that my pattern runs nice and straight across the card, I'm going to use that Stampin' Up! Logo and that line and get the edge of my card in there. Did I take one out yet? I did, or 2, I should say. Yeah, 1, 3, folder, and 3. Be careful. Put your folder in fold side first if you're nervous about damage. I say that as I put it through with the fold to the right. I know. I live on the edge like that sometimes. I don't feel like taking it back out and doing it again. I have graded the edges off of folders, just so you know what I'm talking about. This folds. If you always put that into the machine, then you can't grate it off on the edge of the machine as you run it through. So be careful about that. I was living on the edge there. I try to give a disclaimer when I'm living on the edge because I've ruined a folder or 2. It's pretty disappointing. But you know what? I've been stamping for almost 30 years and I've been embossing for about that long too. So if I've only ruined a folder or 2, I'm okay living on the edge. You can live on the edge or don't, right? Okay, let's do our ribbon treatment and get some layers together. Make sure my card opens on the right side, or actually the left side, which is the correct side. Let's see here. Melanie says, I'm not a tear girl, but I can still make without the torn edge. 100%. You can make it without the torn edge like I did with the piggy. I corrugated it. I corrugated the designer paper on the piggy instead of tear it. So do something, you got to do you, and that's what I love. And then you got to share in the craft social, okay, Melanie? Patty says, I love that die set. Great advice to purchase that one. It really is one that'll give you a lifetime of use with all kinds of different stuff. It pairs well with a lot of things that are in your collection. Let's see. I got lots of comments on the Facebook. Let me catch up with that before I glue, okay? Because that's what's fun about lives. Oh, hey, Trish, I'm glad you're here, my friend. We were just talking about you. Thank you for all the ways that you help. You guys, if you don't know Trish, then you're not hanging out in the craft social enough. Hey, Sheila. Who is that, Kathy? Kathy, happy Friday. And Marla's here. Hey, Marla. All right, you guys can see the links that Anne's or Elena, I don't know which one's here, but somebody's posting in the comments. Cheryl says, I want to buy it. Link. I'll send you one, Cheryl. Actually, Elena or Anne, if you're still listening to me, send Cheryl the link, would ya? Paper has to be ordered by Monday. Yes, please. I'm going to close the links Tuesday. So you've got until Monday to order the newest sampler. Joan says, hi from Washington State. Hey, Joan, how are ya? Let's see. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. I love that. Joan says, open mine. Your email, Joan? Did you open your email? Is that what you opened? I don't know. Hey, Joy. Joy's here too. All right, I'm caught up on the Facebook comments, I think. If I didn't catch yours, it's because I didn't catch it, but I'm glad you're here anyway. Do you use a stamp set with that die, or it's not that exciting? Do you use a stamp set with that die, or it's not that exciting? Let me show you. We've got today I'm using, oh, wait, the tags to go. Okay, let's get real honest about that. Let me grab that one, because I'll never ever steer you wrong, okay? You can just count on me for that. I will never ever steer you wrong. I bought it. This is the tags to go stamp set. I think this is the one that you're asking about. I have not used it at all, and I thought about not getting bundled on it. So I will never tell you guys, oh yeah, get the bundle. I will always tell you, if you don't like the other part, don't get bundled, right? I did get bundled on this one, and mostly because I liked these little elements, right? And I wondered how they'd work with the tags, dies, which I haven't really experimented much with. Here's the dies so you guys can see. But honestly, I feel like the sentiments are a little bit geared to scrapbookers, right? Life's detours are better with you, far away but close at heart. Today marks an adventure. You're going places. Welcome home. Congrats. Enjoy. I have a lot of enjoy stamps. I have a lot of congrats stamps. Like, I didn't need those basic ones. Today marks an adventure. And congrats, though, could make really nice retirement graduation cards. So they definitely do have card uses. If you make a lot of retirement graduation cards, if there's somebody that really is far away but close at heart, or probably maybe more than one somebody, then get the stamp set. But if this doesn't draw you, if you don't look at it and say, life's detours are better with you, I need to send that card to so-and-so, and I would use that in my scrapbook. Like, if you don't see the multiple uses out of it, don't bundle it. Is that too honest? I'm only good at honest. We were saying something, I don't remember who I was talking to, something about, I'm not good at, I think it was Katie, and I said, I'm not good at nice, I'm good at blunt though, or something like that. And so that's it. You'll always get the 100% most honest answer from me, because I'm not very good at anything else. I did get it though, because I like the little elements, and I will try to use them. I will try to use the little, like this little guy, and then you cut it out with the lock. And then so your lock gets those details. And I think that was the one that mostly, but I've used the lock 84 times and I've used the stamp 0. So, and that's the one that really got me. I don't think any of the other ones work with it like exactly as well as that. Even this little arrow thing doesn't have a die to cut it out. And this is like a home plate, almost like a longer home plate, and there's not a die to cut it out. But I think, is that bad? This is probably a $20 stamp set plus, and that was the biggest reason right there why I got bundled. It's cute, isn't it? Like the little details inside the lock die. But all right, that was totally a rabbit trail. Just again to remind you all that if you don't want the chit chat, there will be a recorded video later. But this is the part that I love best. So thanks for asking. And I hope that helps you make your decision if you're going to get it or not. Margaret says, I love your honesty. Well, thank you, because I kind of can't do any other way. Cliffy, how are you doing, friend? How are you feeling? What's going on? I'm glad you're here. Melanie says liked and shared. So while I glue layers, I'm going to do my usual reminder. If you like the content, keep those likes, those interactions going, those hearts and thumbs ups and likes. If you know somebody who would like the content, please share. It really does huge things for the algorithm when real people like, share, and things like that. It's very powerful. It's a very little thing that you can do for the channel, but it's super powerful. So keep those coming. If you know somebody who likes or would like the content, or you have a social media following that would enjoy this, so share it on your social media, refer a friend. If you're not subscribed if you're on YouTube and not subscribed, get subscribed. Turn your notifications on YouTube or on Facebook so that you know when I go live, and can get all the news. So we need you guys. Those things that you do really do make a difference. All right, so we've got our A and B adhered together. C has got some tear and tape adhesive on it, and I went down the long edges. And then we're going to take this one that we cut in half. It was like 4 inches. We're going to swoop it across the front and fold to stick in that tape that we just put down. So we're going to crisscross a little bit and stick it to the back. And that's really enough adhesive, but if you wanted to put another little piece of tape on there, you could. Tear and tape is such a nice strong adhesive though. I'm just gonna leave it like it is. Get that one on there. And now let's color these flowers. They should be good and dry. This is Seafoam, Soft Seafoam, Mossy Meadow, Darling Duckling, Petal Pink, and this is a great big block. I've got a blender pen. If you haven't used these, you're going to want to. They're a lot of fun. I'm gonna run my blender pen on the white cardstock and make sure it's nice and clean before I get started. And then we're gonna do leaves. So I'm gonna take Darling Duckling, Petal Pink, set them aside, and I'm gonna work in this bottom right quadrant of my block. From the corner, away from the corner, I'm gonna put Mossy Meadow, and you'll see why in just a minute. Because next to Mossy Meadow to the corner, I'm gonna put Soft Seafoam. And now you can probably see why we're keeping that corner space reserved for the Seafoam, because you can't see that ink at all, right? It's there though, watch. Pick it up and look at the tip of my marker. Okay, so it's there. And we're gonna swipe the Seafoam just to kind of clean it up a little bit from the tip of the leaf where the sun might be shining on the tip of the leaf there, okay? Now, we're really starting with Mossy Meadow. Here's where we really start. Pick up some Mossy Meadow, and in the leaves, you're gonna kind of dab and swipe the Mossy Meadow, and as you dab and swipe, you're gonna notice the Mossy Meadow get lighter and lighter. So you do that strong color at the base, and then as the ink is being cleaned off the pen, as you're moving away from the base, it's getting lighter. And then you pick up ink as you need it. You can go over to deepen shadows, but don't go over and rub the tip of the pen on the paper too much, because the paper will saturate with water. The water doesn't dry very fast, and then the paper pills up, almost like an old sweater. So be very careful as you go over any wet areas, not to go over wet areas and make friction, because you'll roll up the fibers of the paper. And so you're just gonna dab in and get the shadow, and then move out to get lighter. So here's up close to the camera so you can see it's much darker at the base of the flower where we started. And as we go out, the pen just cleans itself and works those shadows and highlights right for you. And so that is our mossy meadow. And we're gonna do that with all of our leaves here, picking up as we need, and then just dab the color in. I'm leaving, you can see on that big leaf, I'm leaving some white space, because what we'll do is we'll move backwards with the seafoam so we get a nice green leaf, but it'll have those highlights and shadows. It's a very fun way to color, something a little bit different. It's different from alcohol markers in that the alcohol dries, evaporates so quickly from the paper that you're gonna get a different effect. This one, you're gonna get a different look, but you're also gonna have to have a little bit different technique. If you're used to coloring with alcohol markers, where you keep going over, you keep layering light and then dark and then more light to blend it. If you did that, you'd saturate your paper fibers, and you don't wanna do that because it will roll. All right, let's add some more seafoam over here, just to be sure we've got enough. And then we'll pick up. And now we're moving from the opposite end of the petal with the seafoam, or the opposite end of the leaf with the seafoam. So this is a 2-color blend, or we're blending mossy meadow and seafoam, soft seafoam together to get a blend of colors. So we're gonna do a little bit of extra dab of seafoam where the seafoam and mossy meadow come together. And then once you've got all your highlight spots of your leaves done, clean off the pen, and then we'll work on petal pink. So what we're gonna do next is turn this block all the way around, because now we cannot put our petal pink, which we can't see either, over any of the green. We don't wanna get the green ink on the tip of the pink marker. We're not trying to make brown. And we got the pink laid down on the other end. Now, little different here with this one is we're going to take our petal pink, and at the base of the leaves, we're gonna kind of dab in this darkest saturation of petal pink. So we're just gonna go anywhere that the base of a petal, or where 2 petals kind of budge up against each other, out from the center of the flower a little bit. We're going to add a full saturation of petal pink. I'm gonna put aside the marker for a minute and now pick up. And you can see, it looked like there was nothing there, but there is definitely pink ink on the end of my blender. And we'll go over where we've laid in the full saturation, just moving the marker. And this I'm doing little kind of dabby circles. And as you move the pen and remove the ink from the pen, you'll see that shadow and highlight start to emerge. All right, so there's our pink, and then we'll repeat for the other ones, just getting that in there. Every time I do the shadow of one, I'll lay down some more ink on my block. Pick it up and finish. Now you don't want to go all the way to the end of the flower petal either. Leave some room for white, the lightest highlight, of course. Leave some room for the white. And don't blend it all to medium. That tends to be one of my go-to tricks, is to blend everything to medium. You want that darkest shadow that you're drawing in at the base of the petals, but you also want that lightest highlight. The lightest highlight being some white. Leave some white. If anybody knows me well, they know that I have a very hard time leaving white. If you look at my designs, you see that too. I have a very hard time leaving white space. I have a hard time leaving white space in design, but also when I'm coloring, I tend to bring everything out to medium if I'm not very mindful of it. So as much as I'm reminding you to leave a little white highlight, I'm reminding myself. It really might feel a little dramatic, but as it dries, it just really looks very natural. All right, so there's our flowers. And then we're gonna clean the blender again. And you notice I went from green to pink, no problem, just clean the blender. And then we're gonna go in this corner here. We're gonna be able to see the darling duckling, which is good, but we'll keep it away from the pink. And then I'm going to dab in the center just a little dots, kind of along the edge of the black lines that the artist made. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of Darling Duckling on my blender pen and add some light Darling Duckling around those darker spots. And that is it. That's our flower. Clean that blender pen before you put it away. I always clean it before I put it away. I always clean it before I start, just to make sure I don't have any problems. And that is our flowers. Let's die cut them out and wrap up this card with a sentiment and a little embellishment. I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here set up for embossing, so let's swap that over. I love this machine. If you guys are like me and you've been stamping for as long as I have, you remember very well a time before this machine. And it's definitely changed our stamping lives, hasn't it? I had my die on a magnet. Here we go. And this run, I would be putting through a little scrap of Mossy Meadow if I didn't have my Magica television to get that leaf. You can cut them both at one time. You could even be cutting your tag at one time too. I love a card that can be completely made in one pass through the machine. It's a sick little game I like to play with my design work, you know, especially something that I'm making multiples for thank you cards, or when I used to do craft fairs and stuff, I'd play the game. How can I design this so that it gets done with one pass through the machine? And there's our flowers. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so this is the beautiful gallery bundle or suite, and there's two bundles. Let me show you those really quick. This is the one we're using right now, Gallery Blooms, and the little die that I used from Gallery Blooms to cut this leaf also comes from this bundle. Beautiful bundle. So my image is from Gallery Blooms, and then the other bundle is called Beautiful Motif, and this has got that sentiment. I'm here for you always. So I've used both bundles in this project. I'm here for you always is going to get stamped with Memento. And oh my gosh, there's a pop-up trash can next to my toes, and I thought it was the dog. Like, stop it, stop it. He can't stop it because it's not him, it's me. Okay. Let's get that tag and add some sentiment. Cliffy says the keys from the tags to go would make a lot of different cards. I love that set. I love that die set too. And I am a big fan of the paper embellishment, right? Like, what do we have right here? We have that paper embellishment, and look at what an impact it makes. It's a tiny little scrap of Mossy Meadow that might have gotten thrown away, right? So the keys, the locks, they're the perfect little paper embellishments, and it's something different. My paper embellishments have, you know, kind of tend to be the same thing. They're hearts or stars or butterflies, or so to have locks and keys has really been kind of a nice something special, if you ask me. All right, I need glue dots and dimensionals, and I think that'll do us. Let's see. Cliffy says, hey, I'm hanging in there. I spent a few days in the hospital, but I'm done with chemo and will start radiation as soon as my body is healed up a bit. Progress. Oh, right. What a landmark on the journey, Cliffy. I'm praying for your strength and healing. Patty says, I have to catch up later. Have fun. Oh, have to run. Patty, we missed you already. I'll see you on the replay or in the video. Hey, Linda, I haven't seen you in forever, my friend. How are you doing? Linda Carver's in the house. Linda's from Idaho. And let me see, can I get some other? Well, I'm doing, no, of course not. Of course not. This device doesn't want to cooperate for comments on Facebook, so I'm going to go on this device for a minute. Jan says, great tips on coloring. Hey, thanks, Jan. Linda, you're in both. You're in both Facebook and YouTube. Linda loves this card. Saving the video to watch later. Thanks for sharing it. My pleasure, my friend. Corinne says, pretty, thank you. Marla says, I have a hard time leaving white while I color also, right? I don't know why it feels, I don't know, I'm compulsive. And then I get that urge to color over the white. Now, if you look at this one, let me change my view for a minute. You can see the white at the edges, and it's probably just so much more apparent in person. You can only do so much, especially with pastels in photography and video. And then if you look at this one, it's deeper color, and I brought the color further to the edges. So you really do get kind of a subtle drama when you leave that white space, right? I kind of went with my tendencies a little bit more here and was a little bit more restrained on this one. But that's the beauty. It's art, right? Everyone's going to be a little different. And then this, I'm going to just put some dimensionals and tuck underneath my ribbon. A little bit to the right of, but not much. And then this, I put one little dimensional there. And then I'm going to watch this. I'm going to grab, you guys are going to be surprised because usually if I've got a tag, I put the ribbon through the tag. Like I don't usually fake it with a glue dot. I'm too literal for that, you guys. If it's a tag and it got ribbon, it should got ribbons through the hole, not like stuck on with a glue dot. But for this one, it just seemed to make sense to me. So I got one glue dot there to hold the leaf. And then I'm going to put one glue dot on my bow. And then I'm going to stick my bow on kind of at the base of that leaf right above the dot. And then I've now got dimensional in the bottom corner, and I'm going to put one more glue dot at the top of the bow. Oh wait, at the top of the tag. Come on, glue dot, cooperate. So I got a couple of glue dots up here, and I got a dimensional down here, and then this is going to just go on a little angle and then get a little finesse. Now this one, I want this leaf over, kind of over the center of my bow, and then to keep the other leaf where I want it, because I can't just let it roam freely about the card, I'm going to take a half of a mini dimensional and put it on just one of these. Any one of these leaves out here will do. Give my bow a little finesse. And there, I totally faked it. It looks like it's tied to the tag, but it's not. And then this little end holds up a bit with that dimensional. Did I take the sticky off of it? Yeah, I did. Okay. Good. There it is. Now we've got some of those strawberry slush and petal pink gems. One of the colors in there is kind of a warm clear with gold foil. And then this one is the pretty in pink with gold foil. Which one do you guys like better? Let me put them both up side by side. Do you like the little splash of pink that the gems bring? Or do you like the clear elegance with the gold? I'm going to look at your comments, and then we're going to pick some dingles and finish this card up. I was talking to Stampin' Up about something the other day, and I kept calling them dingles. And then at the end of my conversation, Jan came in and she's like, do you think Stampin' Up knows what you mean, dingles? I said, oh, I made it abundantly clear. A dingle is as a dingle does. I don't know. What do you guys think? Pink or gold as far as dingles go? Oh, you guys, that's funny. I love spending time with you. Happy Friday. Diva says this card is so elegant. I like the pink. It seems to emphasize the pink flowers a little more. I agree with you, and I like this. These pinks are kind of, this one you get kind of a brighter color. This one's a little bit more chameleon, especially when you put it on the green designer series paper. And then they finished off the pack with the clear with gold that you can use on just anything, right? Let's see here. I don't know. Let's see if anybody else says. What do you think? Pink or gold? What do you think? What do you think, Jan? You like the pink or the gold?
Because it does change with the green background.
Right? It does. It's not as bubblegum. Yeah.
It goes with the flower.
I agree. Oh, Teresa says pink. Jan says pink. Okay, we're going to do pink. You guys like the pink ones. That's awesome. I love to hear that. Okay, I'm going to put a couple, and by a couple I mean 5. I don't know what got into me. Every once in a while, like sometimes I'm like, I just don't know. I'm dingle challenged. I put 2 and that's when it looks right. So I just put 2 dingles. But this time I was like, I know, let's put one there. And let's put one there. And then maybe we'll put another one over here because why not? And then I was like, you know, over here looks like it could use some dingles. The next thing I know, I had 5 on there, but they're so pretty. And the card does look really good with the extra bit of sparkle, don't you think? Mimi's like the middle pink. All right, you guys are unanimous about the pink. And you like the card. It's a little elegant compared to the others in our series, but I do that on purpose too. I want you to get all kinds of different opportunities with these sketches. See it different ways. Oh, look at this. I was really on the beige and crumb cake card bases lately. Look at that. That's interesting to see, like to see the history of my most recent creations this way. Here's shortcut card sketch number 18. It'll be on the blog for you to download later today. If you're part of our last paper sampler, you already have it, and then we'll also share it in the craft social. When you see this picture in the craft social, that's your invitation to make cards with the shortcut card sketch number 18 and get them shared in the craft social. We want to see what you do with that. Here's shortcut card sketch number 18 again. That's, as you can see, don't tear if you don't want to tear. What's shaking, bacon? 17. And a couple of 16s. Go grab those sketches off the blog. Have a crafty weekend. If there's anything I can do to help you stay crafty, or if you need details about our next paper sampler or links to join us, because it's going to be a fun one with shortcut card sketch 19 and 20, you can email Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. And to shop Stampin' Up! 24/7, buzz over to marisaAlvarez.stampinup.net. That's it, you guys. I'll go get the blog post done. There will be a project sheet, printable card sketch, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.